Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Children, we are in business plan. In the previous class, we saw the contents of the business plan. In that, we saw the first content is introductory covered page or the general information. So, what will be there in the general information? We'll have the entrepreneur's biodata, his name, experience, qualification, and industry's profile, the constitution, what type of organization you're going to start, the product details like the utility, product range, product design, and USP, that is the unique selling proportion of the product. And then we saw the description of the venture, okay, description of the business venture, that is the site where you're going to have the enterprise, the physical infrastructure, raw material, labor required, utilities, pollution control, transport and communication system, machinery and equipments, production process, etc. Now we are going to see production plan. Okay, that is the third content of your business plan. See, according to Kimball and Kimball, he says the planning of industrial operations involves four considerations, namely, what work shall be done, how the work shall be done, and lastly, when and by whom the work shall be done. Okay. So, production plan is the most important activity of an enterprise because it is here the transformation of the raw material into finished product takes place with the help of the energy, capital, manpower, and machinery. Being highly complex and tedious, the manufacturing operation needs to be well planned. No doubt it will be a nature of the venture which will decide the magnitude of importance and disclosure required under the production plan. Now imagine your raw material, you're having a biscuit factory and your raw material will be plain flour, butter, sugar, or cocoa, or a chocolate powder, or it may be different type of essence you use for the chocolate, maybe salt chocolate you're making. So, if the raw material, the finished product should be in proper form, so you should use the raw material wisely, whether it's a biscuit factory or a tea factory or a rubber factory or a sugarcane factory or a chemical factory. The finished product is very important. Or a noodles factory, you're making noodles, you're making atta, you use with atta or you use plain flour, whatever it may be. If the finished product is not in proper form, you will not have consumers. So this is a very important planning part. So you have to first of all decide, okay, what are the raw materials you're going to have and how you're going to proceed with the production. So most likely there are three situations before the venture. What is that? First type will be no manufacturing involved. So you are very safe. There's no need for your there's no need for an infrastructure. There's no need for a big building and factory, and you don't have to provide coal and electricity, and you don't have there's no production taking place. So you have no manufacturing involved. So what do you do then? Only buying and selling. So you know what is buying and selling? Trading. Okay, trading firms. You buy from one person and sell it to another. So you buy it from the wholesalers and then sell it to the end customer or to the retailer. So if the new venture does not include any manufacturing function, say it is a trading firm or a service provider, then this section will stand eliminated from the plan. So then, okay, you don't have only trading is there, then you don't have to mention this production. Production plan will not be there in your business plan because it is not related to you. You're only going to buy and sell. Then second part is partial manufacturing. If some or all the manufacturing process is to be subcontracted or outsourced, then the production plan should describe what you should bring. Maybe see, you see sometimes made in Japan, assembled in Korea. China, Philippines, or these places where you have labor, manpower is very cheap. So if you take a washing machine or you to take a television, you to take a desktop or if you take a laptop, there are so many things to be assembled. Maybe it's a car or maybe it is a truck or anything for that matter. You have a lot of spare parts, isn't it? So it's not necessary you will be making all the spare parts. Maybe you will give a subcontract to make all the spare parts and you will only assemble it. So things are more better for you. So maybe part of the thing you will be manufacturing and part of it you're going to outsource it. So whatever it is, so partial manufacturing you're going to undertake. So if some or all the manufacturing process is to be subcontracted or outsourced, then the production plan should describe what? Name and location of the subcontractor. Maybe you have one or two or three or four subcontractors. So it's a two-wheeler that you're making. Maybe you have given wheel to one person and the motor and engine to another person, the body to another person, to the brake to another person. So you have given it to them and then you will collect all those things from them and then you will assemble it in your factory. So the reason for their selection, why you have selected this particular contractor. So obviously you will be giving a tender, you will be getting a quote and then you will be giving, obviously the quality should be there. If quality is not there, you're going to reject. So cost and time involved, when are they going to, like what is going to be the duration? Of course, all that depends upon the order that you get. Okay. So any contract that has been completed, etc. So in such cases, a clear mention of what entrepreneur intends to do himself or what he plans to get down from the outside is required. Then we go to the third type. Third type is complete manufacturing. So in the production plan, if you're going to manufacture fully, then what all you require. So if a manufacturing is to be carried out in whole by the entrepreneur, he or she should need to describe what? The physical plan layout, the machinery and equipment required to perform the manufacturing operations. Then raw materials and suppliers' name, addresses, term and conditions, cost of manufacturing, any future capital equipment required, etc. So, if you're going to manufacture completely everything, you're not going to outsource anything. All the spare parts you're going to make and everything, assembling also is going to take place in your factory. Then you have to give a layout. And machinery and equipment required to make the spare parts. Okay. Then to carry out the manufacturing operation, raw materials, suppliers, who will be supplying the raw materials, address, terms, conditions, cost of manufacturing. So any future capital equipment required, etc. Whether you're going to import it, export it, everything is available in India, extra, everything you should mention. So picturizing ahead every step in long series of separate operations. Each step to be taken in right place of right degree and right time, and each operation to be done at a maximum efficiency. So if at all you're making, if for example I told you it's a biscuit factory, you should know if you're going to make 1,000 biscuits, a good day biscuits with cashew and nuts, or good day biscuits with chocolate chips, or good day biscuit with milk powder and cheese. So each are of different types, isn't it? So you have to make it in the right way. Okay, so right proportion, right place, right degree, right time. Everything, whether it is a tire or whether it is a chemical or whether it is a furniture or any part you're making, everything should be properly calculated and carried out efficiently so that there is no wastage. So waste management should be is one of the most important factor that you should keep in mind. Okay, let's scrap. So hence, a production plan helps to plan the work in such a manner that one can clearly form an idea about production schedule or budget. So how much budget, how much money do you need? Okay. Machinery, equipment requirement, machinery methods and process involved, plan layout. Okay, plant. Okay, definitely manufacturing plant. You know, what is the layout? Like you're making a building, you make a plan, isn't it? Likewise, the layout of the particular factory you should make. Then the time, motion, and work study, manpower requirement, inventory requirement, everything you should keep it ready. You should pen it. Okay, it should be in black and white. So that is why you make a production plan. So production plan, it is very, 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 very important. Okay, and only then you will know. Like, it depends upon the type of venture that you're going to take, whether it's a trading or partial marketing or complete manufacturing, whatever you are doing. You should make sure you mention everything clearly so that there's no running about in the last moment. Okay, so it's a very important portion of your planning. Now I told you already you would have decided, you would have had a business plan in your mind. And previously I told you to make a business plan of a particular product of your choice. And you're going to write the mission of the new venture. What are the reasons for going into the business, etc. Now with the same product in mind, I want you to answer this question. Will you be responsible for all or part of the manufacturing operations? Is some manufacturing subcontracted? Who will be the subcontractor? Give names and address. Why were these subcontractors selected? Why did you select them? Okay, or maybe because of the quality, or because they're giving in time, or because they're very close. What are the cost of subcontracted manufacturing? Include copies of any written contracts. What will be the layout of the production process? Okay, step by step you should mention. So each product that you're manufacturing, it has a step. If it is a tea, you bring the leaves, you dry, and then it goes in different stages, isn't it? So likewise, what are the different stages you're going to take up? So the equipment will be needed immediately for manufacturing. What raw material will be needed for manufacturing? Who are the suppliers and new materials? What are the appropriate costs? What are the cost of manufacturing the product? What are the future capital equipment needs of the venture, etc. Then if a retail operation or service, there is no manufacturing at all, you're not going to give for any subcontract, you're not going to manufacture it completely, but you're going to buy and sell, trading. Okay. So from whom will the merchandise be purchased? From whom are you going to purchase? How will the inventory control system operate? What are the storage needs of venture and how will they be promoted? Now, like for example, air conditioners, washing machines, refrigerators, all these you'll be buying from a particular wholesaler or maybe from the producer directly you're going to buy. And then you have a showroom and you buy it and keep and then you sell it to the retailer. So you need to have a storage. Where will you store it? In a warehouse. Okay, so you should have a storeroom. So the storeroom is different and your warehouse is different. You've already learned in 11th standard, you've already learned what is a warehouse where you store and keep your things. You make sure that it is maintained properly. Okay, there's an account of what you're keeping and safe. Okay, safety is very important. When you keep your things, it has to be safe. Now, in your case, it's going to be retail, it's going to be only storage. You're going to store your things and keep. What are the storage needs of the venture and how will they be promoted? Then how will the goods flow to the customers? Chronologically, what are the steps involved in business transaction? What are the technology utilization requirements to service customers effectively, etc. So all this you have to note and keep in your production plan. So after the production plan, you will be going to the next step, which is called as operational plan. Now I want you to answer all these questions. This is going to be your assignment for this portion, which is production plan. Next, after this, the first we saw in the content of the business plan, you will be having details of the entrepreneur. That is the biodata of the entrepreneur. Then you have the business venture, description of your venture, what you're going to do. Okay. Then we said we're going to have a production plan. Next, you're going to see operational plan. So it's not enough if you have a production plan, you have to carry on the operational plan. How are you going to operational plan is a system whereby there is an achieved or a smooth coordinated flow of work. So you have to operate. There should be an operation properly. Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. So unless you have a proper operational plan, definitely you won't be able to succeed with your target. There will be a target. When there is a production, there will be a target. One today I'm going to produce 500 bolts or 500 seat belts or 500 brakes. So brake is very important for a vehicle, isn't it? So an engine or a motor or whatever you're making. So you should have a systematic operation. Otherwise, you will like end up in loss because cost is very important. Your man hours. In this particular man is working for 8 hours. How much he is able to produce in that 8 hours? So after all his overhead expenses only, you'll be able to calculate the cost of the particular product. So that is very, very important. So you should know how much of man resources you're going to use and how much of overhead expenses you have. So you should be very careful in planning your operational. Your operational plan is very, very important. Okay. So I think with this we'll stop this lesson and tomorrow I will catch up with you with the operational plan, children. Thank you.